Tombstones of Shizhou, End-of-Life Rituals. Introduction. I've spent a month here in Shizhou learning and experiencing the daily life of locals. During the 28 days, each of us researched about a topic we were interested about. I have decided to focus on end-of-life rituals, but more specifically, the tombstones of Shizhou as my final product. This is a picture I took with Mr. Dong and her daughter. Mr. Dong works as the tombstone carver of Shizhou. He has worked as a professional in the past 10 years. His parents owned the shops before he took over the business. Apart from tombstone carving, Mr. Dong makes and fixes keys and stamps. His direct family members include his wife and a young daughter. Tombstones. The people in Shizhou prefer burials over cremation. For a burial, a coffin or casket and a tombstone is required. There are 3 reasons why the locals here prefer marble tombstones instead of wood. 1. Marble is easier to carve on. 2. It is easier to stand it up next to the coffin or casket. 3. Marble has natural features, and the appearance, as well as the structure, will not change over time. On complex tombstones, there are illustrated engravings on the stone. A double dragon is drawn for men, and a double phoenix for women. There's a certain rule that the tombstone must be on the foot side of the coffin. The tombstone is then stood up with a wooden frame. A Shizhou tombstone is read from right to left, and is written with local Chinese characters. The completed tombstone is brought up to the mountains with the coffin and is placed next to the casket. This is my thesis statement. In order to fully understand all there is to know about tombstones in Shizhou, one must consider the materials that are used, significance of the engravings, and the process of making one. A Dali stone is one of the materials needed to make a tombstone. The marble is brought from a small village near Dali Old Town. Mr. Dong brings them back on a truck whenever he is in need of more marble. Pure white marble is the best quality. These brushes are 4 main brushes Mr. Dong uses to paint on the tombstones. The size vary on the largeness of the characters. Before engraving the characters onto marble, it is roughly drafted in Chinese ink. There are only 2 types of ink on a Shizhou tombstone, red and black. This is the mechanic carving tool that Mr. Dong uses. A few years ago, he used a nail and a hammer to carve the characters in manually. Now he uses the mechanic carving tool. Significance of engravings. These 2 phrases, birth and death, represent the birthday and the death of one who passed away. This phrase represents a quote. Each tombstone is given a different quote by professionals. This says, China Republic. These 3 phrases represent the name, description, and the age of the person. This description is written by the relatives. For people over 60 years old, 3 years are added to the person's age. For example, if one has passed away at the age of 70, their age on the tombstone would be 73. This phrase represents the relative's name and relationship with the person who passed away. Usually when a family member passes away, the relatives order the tombstones instead of direct family members. This is a process on how to make a tombstone. Take a look. Inspired by Mr. Dong's tombstones, I've decided to create a tombstone with Mr. Dong's help as a memory at Microcampus. This is my final product. Similar to traditional Shijo tombstones, the date is written on the right side. This quote that I've included is read as 刻骨铭心. You will not forget your memories if it's carved into your heart. I've translated dynamite into Chinese with a specific meaning behind each word. Dai, respecting one another. Na, to accept individuals. Mai, to stride forward as a group. I, depending on each other. And te, we are special and particular. These phrases on the left indicates Shanghai 美国学校, Shanghai American School, and my Chinese name. The process to get to this point needed lots of responsibility and patience. There was a lot to learn, and it gave me a chance to connect with the locals and with its culture. Thank you for watching!